Hello, hello. Welcome back. It is Dana. We are here starting the very last season of Peaky Blinders. This is season 6, episode 1, Black Day. I have no idea how we got here. I do know how we got here because I have just been completely tearing through this show. And somehow now we are in the very last season. But what hope did I have? This show is so good. There was no way that I couldn't have just completely and utterly devoured it. And now we are in the very last season, and I am fairly upset about it. I'm kind of kicking myself right now for not spacing it out a little more, but I already know that I'm not going to be able to do it with this season either. So somehow this is going to be completely done in like 3 weeks, and I'm kind of freaking out a little bit about it. But that is neither here nor there. So, quick recap of last episode. How quick can we make it? Probably not quick at all, but here we go. So, we started with Tommy hanging out with Winston Churchill, and Churchill's like, what are you doing? Why are you hanging out with this? Yada, yada, yada. So, Tommy basically tells him the truth, and they, he's like, yeah, I'm doing it because I'm trying to get rid of this guy. He's a bad guy. And they agree on that. And he's like, do what you got. And Churchill's like, do what you got to do. Okay. So then later on, they're having a family meeting because they're going to talk about what's going to happen with Mosley at the fascist, not meeting, party, rally, whatever it is. And during this meeting, Michael is like, hey, BT Dubs, you're going to make a ton of money. We're going to restructure the whole company. I'm taking over all this bullshit. Nobody wants to do business with you. You're all a bunch of old men with razor blades in your hats. Trust me, in America, they need me because I'm like, young and sophisticated, essentially. And he hands Tommy like a proposal about the whole thing. Tommy literally laughs in his face and tosses the proposal in the fireplace. And I am concerned about what that is going to mean because I have a feeling that Gina, Michael's wife, is not really the no-taking answer woman. So we're going to see how that plays out. So later on, after that, Polly, Tommy asks Polly, he's like, listen, essentially, whose side are you on? It's either Michael or me. And she's like, well, what if it's Michael's side? And he's like, well, then I'm going to have to do what I'm going to have to do. So basically she resigns. So she's no longer part of the business, essentially. Also keeping in mind that Aberama is dead. Michael's trying to go to America. So I don't know what that's going to mean for where Polly's loyalties lie, but I have had that issue with where do Polly's loyalties lie in the past, and they did end up lying with Tommy. So I don't really know exactly what's going to happen there. Arthur and... No, before that happens, the family sort of disbands from this meeting, and then the meeting is like Aberama, Charlie, Johnny Dogs maybe, and these are the people who are gonna, they make a plan to assassinate, how the assassination of Mosley is gonna go down. They've got Barney all set up to do it, they make the plan, they figure it all out, it's all good. Right after that, they figure out that Mickey the bartender was the person who was responsible for telling whoever attacked them when they did the business with the Chinese at the docks. They figured out that Mickey is the person who informed them. They kill Mickey. Mickey dead. Let's think. What else happened? Holy shit, Alfie's alive. Alfie's fucking alive. So apparently when Tommy shot and killed him, he only shot him. He didn't kill him. But he shot him, I guess, right in the side of the head. So you'd think there's no way he survived, right? But then he's all, fucked up. So, make a long story short, he talks to Alfie. Alfie's like, listen, things are working out for me with everyone thinking that I'm dead. But Tommy convinces him to help him plan this, riot for the rally, essentially. So, so Alfie is not doing anything like physically, but he's sending some of his men to help Tommy, and he's going to obviously pay them. What else happened? So, I don't know, but let's pretend now we're at the rally. Okay, so at this rally, they've got a plan. Barney is up in like the light rafters. Tommy's gonna check his watch. 10 seconds later, Barney's gonna shoot Mosley, and then he's gonna be dead. So, however, when he gets to like 2 or 3 or something from the countdown, he gets shot in the head, so he's dead. We don't know who it is, but this person then also tries to kill Arthur. Arthur manages to survive. They do kill Aberama, though, and we have no idea who these people are. I'm trying to remember if McCavern is alive. I think he made it. I'm trying to remember, but I think he made it. So anyway, but they don't know who it is. They don't know how it happened. Like, the only people who knew about what was about to happen, with the exception of Billy, the guy who was fixing the football bets, I think, or the football referees or something, everyone else feels very trustworthy. So obviously he seems like the most likely suspect because he's not loyal or trustworthy, but I don't have any idea what his, like, how could he do it? He doesn't seem to have enough clout or enough, unless he's somebody that we don't know yet, like a spy or somebody. It doesn't seem like he has, enough high up, and he doesn't have enough social standing to pull this thing off, essentially. Okay. So afterwards, this happens. Mosley does his thing. He's not dead. Tommy's still there. He's like freaking the fuck out. He's like, what happened? How did this happen? I don't know what's going on. Of course, he starts to sort of like hallucinate that Grace is here again, and the episode ends essentially with him staring at Grace with a gun to his head, just screaming. And I think that's how it ended. I'm pretty sure. Now, for my quick recap, that was over 7 minutes long. So I'm getting worse at quick recaps. But that said, now we're going to move on to the very last episode. This is, the very last season. Season 6, episode 1. I have no idea what we're looking at right now. The family is completely torn apart. I have no idea how they're going to be able to get back together. I don't know if we're picking up right where we left off or if we have a huge time jump. I don't know, but I really want to find out. So here we go. After my very, very quick recap, here we go. This is Peaky Blinders, Season 6, Episode 1, Black Day. Let's do it. Go! Oh, right where we left off. I mean, where have you been?
Arthur took the bullets out. On the way back.
So he was actually going to do it. Ew.
You're not even a soldier anymore, Tommy. You didn't check your weapon. You're not a soldier, you're a coward. I heard you pull the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving your family behind without a goodbye. You still need a way out. Here are 6 of them.
I don't know. So how does he go from such abject despair that he was quite literally going to kill himself, he pulled the trigger, to somehow finding his way back to who he is? Because he will, I'm sure. I shouldn't say that, but I imagine he will. But I can't guess how. Alright, so she left him the bullets. What's he doing with them? Nothing as of yet. Does he think he's dead? Oh my god, that's such a great shot with the half of his face in the mud and the other half clean. Who the hell is that? All the bullets look accounted for.
Hello. Mr. Shelby, I imagine you're curious as to who it was prevented the assassination last night.
Yes.
If you look out your window, it's a unit of volunteers bringing the bodies of your dead to you to send to heaven in your own way. Last night's operation was carried out by soldiers from 3 Dublin brigades of the Irish Republican Army.
Well, sure.
We need to keep Mr. Mosley alive. That's all you need to know.
Alright, but...
Also, you should know that saving Mosley's life wasn't our only intervention last night. We've made some changes to the structure of your organization.
What does that mean? Talk, bitch!
Ever since you began to build your empire, you've had a crutch to lean on. Last night we kicked away that crutch. From now on it will be us that you lean on.
What am I looking at? Who is this person that... I don't know. No. Absolutely fucking not. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. This has got to be like a misdirect, right? Mm-mm. It could still be a misdirect. Oh my god. I keep waiting for the camera to pan over to Polly so I can see that it's a misdirect. It's not, is it? Oh god, it's not.
It was the ambitions and strategies of one man that caused this. I swear in the name of Almighty God, no matter what it takes, no matter how many lies I have to tell, I will take revenge on Tommy Shelby.
First of all, Tommy has known her way longer than you have. Second of all, he's looking for any excuse to put a rift between him and Tommy and any reason to make him feel better to, like, destroy him. Third of all, this sucks. Somebody told me at some point that the actress who played her died, and in my brain I just assumed that meant that she died after the show was over for no reason. But I'm guessing maybe she actually died in real life at this point. And I'm trying to remember what she was doing at the end of season 5. Where was she? The hell is happening here? Okay, so the IRA okay. The IRA took responsibility for this, but how did they find out it was happening? Alright, this is curious. So far, all I figured out is that we're in France. And it's 4 years later. Is there a bartender? How are we gonna get our whiskey? That is an obnoxious bell.
Je m'appelle Thomas Shelby. J'ai réservé une salle de réunion.
Hier soir, des ivrognes ont brisé mes fenêtres. Les pigeons sont rentrés à l'intérieur de la pièce et ma femme est en train de les faire sortir.
Has he always spoken French?
Have a glass of water, please.
And he's not drinking?
Windows got broke because a lot of people here are drunk and angry.
Uh-huh. What does that have to do
Half
with...
the men on this island made their living bootlegging till today. The other half fixed their boats.
Oh.
Maybe you should take your water into the hole.
Ramène-nous une bouteille de whisky en rien.
Tu travailles pour une compagnie de whisky, c'est ça?
I don't know what the hell he does anymore.
Je suis ici pour une affaire privée.
Où t'as appris à parler français?
That was my question. So when he was in France in the war, that's when he learned, and he just never used it?
Island is crawling with you fucking commissary man. Closing our warehouses down. 10 years our boat ran whiskey down the president roads to Boston. Now we have fucking nothing.
So he's mad the prohibition is over. I think that's what I'm getting.
And all the fucking water.
I ordered water because I no longer drink alcohol of any kind.
You, my friend, are going to drink a toast. You will raise your glass to the poor people of Mykonos. Drink it.
I'm very confused. How is it Tommy's fault the prohibition is over?
Until you have raised a toast to the people of Mykonos.
You could raise a toast and not drink it, right? I mean, I don't know how that works.
Okay. I understand that today of all days, you would be angry. Now, I've been very patient given the circumstances. You need to sit down and let me read my newspaper.
Tommy's trying to be rational and reasonable. I mean, he warned you.
I will not drink your toast, because 4 years ago I forswore alcohol. Peter. No. Since I forswore alcohol, I've become a calmer and more peaceful person. Sometimes, in moments of personal conflict, I can resort to my own ways. Now, I guess we'll be around shortly. I need to prepare the room. You show me where?
I mean, The bartender told him repeatedly to let it go, and Tommy himself tried to be reasonable.
Lights. He's always early. Let's go.
So this is what we've been waiting for 4 years.
There will be a war, and one of you will die. But which one I cannot tell.
Hello, Tommy.
I hate that mustache on him.
There's a man out there having his face stitched back up. That was a misunderstanding. Hello, Michael. I wasn't sure what I'd think when I saw you again, Tom. Oh, yeah? What do you think? Since my mother passed away 4 years ago, Tommy and I haven't even spoken. Well, we've both been very busy. You've been too busy to punish the people who killed her.
Well, have you?
You know, Michael, when you're dealing with a very powerful, taking revenge sometimes requires time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pick your moment. That moment will come. But now we have a business interest in common. Any bad blood will be diluted by time and a practical self-interest. I'm very much looking forward to working with you again, Michael. You look very well. You too. How is the family?
I don't know how I feel about that. Is this the orphanage?
From Charlie fucking Chaplin.
Why are there so many kids here?
Yes, hi, is that the Bell Tavern? If there's a gypsy in there called Johnny Dogs, can you tell him to come and round up his fucking kids?
Oh. Alright, so these are not all her kids, and this is not the orphanage.
We're having this Christmas party early because tomorrow, me and Charles and Ruby are going on a big ship to Canada to be with their daddy.
Where the fuck is Father Christmas?
I don't know. He's supposed to be here by now.
Who's playing Father Christmas?
Fuck are you, Santa?
Oh. Oh my god, you look terrible, Arthur!
I've got a gun. You better run. You better run.
Oh my god.
Here's the last. But now that whiskey is about to become legal, the trade will fall back into the hands of capitalists from New York, Boston, and Toronto.
What do we got?
We can take advantage of the systems that's in place on the global world. But this time, with a different cargo.
What is it? Oh my god, I thought he was gonna light it on fire, and I'm like, come on, we're doing this again? What is it now?
No, it's all over the fucking island. The FBI, the RCMP have no jurisdiction.
Where do you get this stuff?
What is it?
I've established a supply chain over the last 4 years with associates in Belfast. That, my friend, is the finest opium in the world.
So this is the same stuff from last season.
When it comes to this shit, you're the expert.
I trust him.
What about the French police?
I have offered my comrade 12 million francs for the boats.
We will have to take your proposal to Uncle Jack in Boston.
Who the fuck is Uncle Jack?
Perhaps we can meet after you've spoken with Uncle Jack, Michael, who I believe is your wife's uncle. Jack
Oh.
Nelson.
Hey!
I have a high regard for Mr. Nelson. He has a history on him like my own. Jack Nelson's past is forgotten.
Not by Tommy, it's not.
Fucking God.
Just erase from the records like my own. Give my regards.
Alright. Like I
now realise that whiskey is just fuel for the loud engines inside your head. It's yourself, Owen.
Just understand. Uncle Jack decides everything, okay?
And I decide when the meeting is over.
Who are you?
So I'll sit down till I say.
Dude.
Put some fucking hair in your chest.
I mean, did you see the guy downstairs?
Boy.
And he's getting stitched up right now because he tried to get Tommy to drink the whiskey.
My friend, the police commissioner, told me that he'd spoken to his FBI liaison officer. And he told him that there is an informant in your organization in South Boston. I'll tell you this. Beware the man with a bleeding heart tattoo. With money written in red.
Do they know which one it is?
Good day, gentlemen.
I don't know how I feel about this, Tommy. Should've listened when I told you the first time.
This time, I'll burn it. Şirketi Sofya dosyayı ucuydu.
So now we're just gonna run opium. So Lizzie said that they were going to Canada tomorrow to be with Tommy, but Tommy's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here because the fog is coming. Maybe just the island and not... I don't know.
Come on.
Oh, Arthur, you're such a mess.
If Polly was still here, she'd never have let it get this bad.
I'm not Polly, but I am still your fucking sister. You swore to me you would stop using.
Well, we knew that wasn't gonna happen. You will not be alright. Oh my god. Was that a syringe on the table? What is he doing?
Fuck.
That he's injecting himself.
Father Christmas got stuck up the chimney again, did he? Oh. Then we'll get there. And Tommy will say, hello, Lizzie. Hello, children, in that dead voice. Even on top of a rocky mountain, it'll be the same way it's been since Polly died. No more Polly. No more whiskey. No more Tommy.
So the IRA was like, we took your crutch, and they believed that that crutch was Polly. And I don't disagree. I'm just wondering what would have happened had they taken Arthur instead.
Passez-moi le détective Florence de la police maritime de Saint-Jean. There's a boat leaving the island now, heading across the border. When it docks, a man named Michael Gray will board a ferry to Boston. He's wearing a dark coat, a blue suit, and carrying a black briefcase.
Probably 1 million people
Inside
are
the
looking at.
briefcase is £5 of pure, refined opium.
Wait, so... is this an act? Does Michael know what's happening, or is Tommy setting him up? Don't get involved. No.
Hello? Fuck.
That's why you shouldn't have answered. Okay, so this, I'm guessing, is Tommy's supplier. And are these the same people who he was getting it from last season, I'm guessing? Oh.
You know who this man is? All right. Come on, Arthur.
I guess it's opium he's doing.
His brother, Thomas Shelby, says don't serve him opium ever again. Or someone will write Arthur Shelby's name on your chest with a bayonet.
Is this Gina? It's gotta be with that hair, right?
So, what the fuck?
Can't talk about anything again.
Tommy Shelby steps back into your life and right away this is what happens?
No names in here.
I'm sorry.
How is Lawrence?
Oh, you know. Missing
Oh,
his
I
father.
forgot she was pregnant.
What the fuck happened, Michael?
I thought she was gonna
Like
be...
everything else in this city, it's in the hand of your Uncle Jack.
I thought...
I need him to get the charges lifted and get me out of here.
Tommy Shelby wants to do business with Jack Nelson.
There are deals being made at a high level, but there are some people at the middle level and low levels who cannot be trusted.
Michael, this sounds fucking...
Shut up and listen. It was Tommy himself who warned us of the informant. We're guessing that the informant was the one that tipped off the police about me.
That's not how it went down.
In today's paper, you'll read about a man being fished out of the Boston Harbor with a bleeding heart tattoo and the name Maria written on his arm. Single shot to the head. His death will lead to others. For this business to work, we must only use men we trust.
So is this
If I talk this
Tommy's...
to anyone, it'll be me in the arbor, and you'll be the Maria with the bleeding heart. Do you understand?
Is this Tommy's way of proving that he's trustworthy and loyal?
Michael, I just want the truth.
Well, I don't think anybody knows what it is right now.
The truth. Why are you doing business with him again?
Gina? Some of my business with Tommy Shelby is unfinished.
Uh-huh.
This is my opportunity to finish it.
Well, I mean, you could have just shot him in the head when you were at the meeting.
So speak to your uncle and get me the fuck out of here.
The hell is this? It's too bright and happy here.
Hello?
What the hell?
Water.
I don't have any water. What else do you want?
How do you not have water?
Message for your Uncle Jack.
And before you tell me what you want me to tell him, I have a message from him to you. No deal.
I wonder if any of this is true or she's
No
just
desire.
pissed.
So it's Uncle Jack you found in your knees for, eh? Not Michael.
He says no deal, Mr. Shelby. Yes, but booze is legal. Your white powder's not. Can't have white powder on his shiny black boots when he's on his way to meet the President of the United States, because, yeah, that's where he goes now.
So do you want a bigger deal? Is that what's happening?
Bye-bye, Mr. Shelby.
That it was me who tipped off the border police about the contents of Michael's suitcase.
Yes, it was you. Now tell me why. Power trip? To show
I
you...
wanted to give your uncle a dilemma. His favourite niece's husband banged up in Boston for smuggling opium. What does he do? If he intervenes and hasn't released, how will that play in the Oval Office? If he does nothing, how does that play in South Boston?
Oh, fuck you.
He's so fucking smart. I can't stand it.
Stay here. Deal here, die here, for all I fucking care.
My message to your uncle is this.
I forgot he had a message.
If he doesn't want to buy my opium, I will sell to the East Boston Jews.
That seemed to get her.
Do you want to start a fucking war?
A balance of power between the Irish, the Jewish, and the Italians will shift heavily in favor of the East. Once you people have accepted that you must treat us as equals, then I think our families will work together very well.
I mean, I knew there was more to it. I just couldn't figure out what it was, but... Of course, Tommy's smarter than everyone else. No one is surprised by this.
Yeah. Yes, I'll accept the call. Hello, Lizzie.
Tommy. It's Ruby. She's not well.
He says he thinks it's flu.
Oh, well, that's not so bad.
Later to
I
check.
mean, I don't know. Maybe in
She's been coughing.
1933.
Tommy, he said it's not a good idea for us to travel.
We can't board that ship to Boston today.
That's all right, Lizzie, don't worry. Can I speak to her?
She's sleeping.
Lizzie, I've a bit more business to do here. Look, you just book a new passage. When Ruby's feeling better, doesn't matter if I'll get this business done. You get here with the children, and then no more. It'll just be us and the clean air out on the west.
I don't believe that at all. Sounds great, but
Tell Ruby I'll build her a snowman.
no. I cannot foresee that happening. It's always just one more thing and then we're out.
I'll get this business done in Boston. That'll be the end of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard that before.
I just want to pick Ruby up and hold her in my arms, you know?
Last night she was burning up. She was delirious. She kept talking. And when she was delirious, she kept saying these gypsy words, Tiknamora.
Tiknamora, oh, bang over and over again.
Alright, what does it mean?
What did you say? What does Ruby say? Did you say any other words in Romany? Fucking listen to me.
He is!
Words.
Tommy, I don't think so.
Just Tiknamora, an old bang.
She said she could see a man with green eyes.
Alright, what does this mean in Gypsy?
Right, listen, Lizzie, I'm coming home.
Tommy, it's just a fever, love.
Listen to me, I'm coming home. I'll be on the next steamer back. Tell Johnny Dogs and his wives the words that Ruby has been saying.
Why does Johnny Dogs have so many wives?
Listen to a fucking doctor. You hear me?
Fucking gypsy stuff.
Yes, it is gypsy fucking stuff. Is it? Yes, it fucking is. I'm sorry, Lizzie. Do you understand?
Okay.
I'll do it.
All right, I'm coming on.
So imagine if she didn't tell him any of this. And then, whatever happened later, he found out that it's happened.
Get out. Paul. They're coming for me.
Where are we? Are we at jail to see Michael? No, I don't think so. Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Son of a fucking bitch.
Oh.
American, Michael. You just fuck people up and you run away. No, this business will continue. Jack Nelson is also travelling to England. How the fuck do you know where Jack Nelson's going? Well, I have copies of his itinerary, or his personal correspondence, letters from the President of the United States. You're dead, Tommy. You're out of your fucking depth. You threatened to sell to the Jews. And I've
I didn't
contacts in this
threaten.
prison. These boys here will look after you during your stay. This is a letter from the President's personal secretary suggesting Jack Nelson keep you in here for a while longer. Just until the press lose interest, Michael. Fuck you. You'll be released eventually. Our business being $5 million for a shipment of powder. And when the exchange is done, we can shake hands and go our separate ways once more, eh? So you didn't learn.
Maybe you didn't learn.
When my mother died at the hands of your ambition, you didn't learn your limitations.
I have no limitations.
He's always got one more.
According to Jack, he bought passage for 5 people from Boston to Liverpool. Gina's coming to London, Michael. Well, I will be happy to show the signs. Ready for the conversation.
I don't know why you think you can win, Michael. I mean, wait. Is this over? Holy shit, this is over? I feel like it just started. Okay, I guess it's over. Okay, so let's think for a second. I don't know what is happening. However, it does seem obvious that the actress who played Polly did die in between seasons. So, unfortunately, that has occurred. Which means no more Polly, which breaks my heart because Polly is the best of all the characters. Okay, moving aside from that, but not really. Let's go back to the fact that how exactly is it that Polly died? I understand, I'm guessing that had to be sort of like a last minute addition to what was going on. And I'm trying to remember at the end of season 5, what was Polly doing when all of this other stuff was going down? And I cannot remember. Like, I don't think she was at the rally. And I don't know where she was. But I guess it doesn't really matter. Because if the IRA has this plan, and the plan is to take away his crutch, it doesn't have to be at the rally. It could be wherever it is that she is. And all kinds of stuff is a hot mess right now. So apparently Michael and Tommy haven't spoken in 4 years. And at the funeral, Michael was like, I'll do whatever I have to do, but I will get revenge, for you on Tommy. And it's now 4 years later, and it doesn't really seem like he's done all that much. If he really wanted revenge, wouldn't he have killed Tommy by now? And it seems like Tommy, every single time, it feels like he's down, and there's no possible way he can get out of whatever it is that he is. He somehow ends up with the upper hand every fucking time. And it's ridiculous. So Arthur is a hot mess, which they're also sort of attributing to the fact that Polly is not around to, like, keep him in line anymore. But I don't know how much Polly really did. I mean, Arthur was high and drunk all the time. But then I guess with the Linda leaving and Polly dying and Tommy being away, I don't know. I guess it's all sort of taken its toll. I don't know. So, okay, so let's go back and see if we can figure out what this season is going to be about. It seems like this is going to be not so much the Peaky Blinders, but Tommy versus, like, I'm guessing, like, the Irish mob in Boston, sort of, maybe. And Tommy's got a bunch of opium that he's trying to figure out because now the prohibition is over, that part of the business is no longer applicable. So he's got to run something else. So it looks like it's going to be opium. And it seems like it's the same opium from the Chinese in last season that they got attacked for by whoever Mickey told about it, I'm guessing. I don't know if Tommy is still in politics because none of that was mentioned. I mean, I don't know what happened after, because we didn't touch on Mosley, we didn't touch on fascism, we didn't touch on any of that. So I have no idea what's happening with that at all. I have no idea. I am highly confused, which is fine because I'm always highly confused. But I was right, I feel like, about Gina. Like, I knew that she and Tommy were going to have problems and they were going to come to blows, and I really thought she was going to be her own independent sort of person, and I'm wondering if going forward she might sort of slot herself into that Polly character role a little bit. Maybe. I don't know, but I do think she's going to be fun to watch as a foil for Tommy this season. I don't know. So now we've got Ruby in her fever state, I guess, speaking Romani and hallucinating something. And I don't really know who this dude is with the green eyes, but I'm wondering if it has something to do with Tommy trying to talk to Polly about passing through over. I don't know. It's a little bit gypsy cursy, and I'm not really adept, I guess, in what's going on in that area of the show, or any other area of the show, in case you haven't figured that out yet. So far, this was, I think, my least favorite episode. And it could very well, again, it's not bad at all, but it could very well be because I don't know what the hell's going on, and not that that's new for me, but I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know who's where. I don't know, like, Tommy is now on his way home, so maybe once we get back to London and on, like, home turf or whatever, I will be more understanding of what's going on and know more about who's happening. Something, and I'm wondering, actually, now that I think about it, if somehow Ada is going to, like, screw up this deal, because she went to the Chinese opium people, and she was like, Tommy says don't sell to Arthur anymore, and I'm wondering if that in any way is going to, like, screw up their supply chain. I don't know. So many things happened that all seem like they could be inconsequential, but could also end up being, like, a bedrock of this season. So I really don't know where we're going. I really don't know what we're doing. The family is no more. It seems like the family is Tommy, Lizzie, the kids, and Ada and the kids. I don't know. Because Polly is obviously no more. Arthur is not right in the head. Michael is in Boston, it looks like, with Gina and her family. So I don't know what's going to happen. However, am I excited to find out? Yes, I am. So, I don't know. I guess hopefully next episode gives me a couple of more clues to figure out what's going to happen this season. But it does seem like it's going to be Tommy versus Jack Nelson, and who I assume is Boston Irish mob of some kind. So maybe he'll start a war by selling to the Jews. I don't know. I guess we will see. But I assume that's sort of what the season is going to be about. And I don't know how much, like, Lizzie and the rest of the family and Ada is going to play into it. It seems like maybe they'll all be on the back burner this season. I don't know. So we'll just have to see. So I think that's it for right now. Hopefully you had a good time. I certainly did. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!